Whenever I feel creatively stuck, I don't push harder, I just start more things. In today's video, I'm working on 3 tiny collages at once. I'm gonna be hopping between them to stay in flow and keep my ideas percolating. And while I work, let's chat a little bit about how working small can be really powerful in collage. So if you've been here a while, you might recognize this as my Pantone postcard challenge. I've been doing this for a while, and every once in a while I come back to it because I just think it's really helpful to me. I think that working small like this just really helps me to experiment more and to feel a little less pressure on what the final will look like. These are collages where I really enjoy the process, and maybe I don't love the outcomes as much, but sometimes it's not about the final, right? Sometimes it's just about having fun. So after I've chosen the 3 colors that speak to me, I start pulling out scrap bits of paper and cut or semi-cut pieces out of my pile. I don't keep a particularly tidy workspace, so there's never any shortage of piles for me to pull from. I really like being able to use my scraps for this project because I struggle with throwing anything away, and I really like the idea of not creating too much waste in my art. What I love about working small like this is that it's sort of comforting to have limitations. Limited space, limited materials, limited colors. When I'm overwhelmed by choices, these little collages help me narrow the field. I honestly think constraints like this can actually spark more creativity. What I'm not doing is getting too hung up on any particular collage. I like to bounce from one collage to the other and pull out pieces for one, and as soon as I've kind of got something set down or I've finished a thought there, I move to the next one. And I just think that this helps me a lot stay in flow and not get too caught up in my own head. I think this helps me to stay nimble and stay in a flow state because I'm not agonizing over my choices, if that makes sense. And the great thing about being in a flow state is that there's no bad ideas. Whether the collage turns out well or poorly doesn't really matter when you're in this state of mind, because I'm not thinking about the final product, I'm just enjoying the process, and that feels really good. All that matters is that I'm letting myself be curious and experimental. I think we often put so much pressure on every single piece we make, like this one has to be good. But working small lets me detach from the outcome a little bit more. I can make something weird. I can make something that just explores texture or rhythm or contrast. And it doesn't have to be finished in the traditional sense. Working small is a really powerful way to make high-impact art without needing to spend too much time waffling. Because the space is limited, there's only so much you can do, and even small tweaks can make a huge difference. It's also a great way to build a body of work without the intimidation of large canvases or long timelines. A finished small piece is still a finished piece. And when you do enough of them, you start seeing patterns, ideas that keep showing up, color combinations you return to, textures you love. It becomes a creative feedback loop, and you learn more about yourself as a result. And the more that you learn about yourself in these small studies, the better your larger art pieces can be. So if you're feeling stuck in your art practice, maybe try going small, or try going multiple. I know it's not very intuitive, but sometimes the best way forward is sideways. Before I show you the final collages, I do want to say thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. I had a really great time, and I hope that you did too. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, bye. Bye. See ya. Bye.